Alright, time to get started again. This is going to be episode 2 of Dragon Quest III. Today we're going to be heading to the cave on the promontory and Najimi Tower, I believe it's called. We should be prepared for that, and those will help us get enough cash to upgrade our equipment a little bit more and maybe see some new enemies and stuff like that. So I will be quiet here and we will get started. So a couple of levels for us, and a medical herb, nothing too amazing. But now we've got the first, I guess you would call it a buff spell in the game. Speed up. Which, I think it increases everybody's agility, but that has the side effect of increasing defense a little bit too, so it's actually a pretty useful spell. Anyway. Two new spells for Betty in one level. Upper is a defensive spell that gives one person defense, and Ice Bolt is a Ice Elemental, much stronger attack than Blaze. Still single target though. And that's very interesting. I feel like this dungeon is a lot smaller than it was before. What that might be is it might be the fact that, that we have the faster walking speed. It will make the dungeons seem smaller than in the NES version, in which the dungeons feel large and expansive and seem to take forever to explore. But this is pretty simple. A few treasure chests, a little loop, and some stairs that lead us back to that area in the other dungeon. What I'll note is that this is one of the more interesting dungeons, or I guess network of dungeons, in the game, because this is... I'm not going to say it's the only one, but it's one of the very few dungeons that has multiple entrances and exits. Not very many of them have that throughout the game. Whereas this dungeon takes us to just south of Reeve, it takes us to the tower, it takes us to the promontory cave. It does a lot for us. So I guess we are done here, and we are headed toward the Najimi Tower. Which would be here, leading here. I think I fought a couple of these trick moths in the previous episode, but they got cut out on the cutting room floor because they didn't do their interesting thing. And the interesting thing that they do is cast a spell called Surround, which reduces all of the party's, what do you call it? Accuracy in battle. So, Najimi Tower. I'll be quiet and start exploring, and, well, if there's anything to comment on, I'll let you guys know. They must have changed the probabilities in this version, because in the NES version they almost always throw out a surround spell, and they're quick too. I don't know if they softened them up a little bit for this game or what, but Jimmy steals an item there. That's also worth noting. So there's our stairs up, and it is a tower. At least insofar as, you know, you can have a tower in the architecture of kind of this fantasy setting. I think 4 floors, something like that. Now, the advantage of having an inn in the dungeon itself is kind of nice. It means that as long as we don't get poisoned or bite the dust, we will be able to recover in this dungeon. And there's actually a little trick about this that I'll show you in a second. So we're going to head upstairs. And hopefully there's a spot to just show this off real quick. Well, there's some stairs. We want to explore the floor first. What I'm looking for is a spot where the edge of the tower is visible and walkable. Because basically, what I'm going to demonstrate is that you can jump off the side of the tower. You don't take falling damage or anything like that, but you get out of the tower and you can head right back in on the first floor. Let's see if we can find a spot to do that. Well, here's a treasure chest. So you'll note that there are 2 stairs up on this floor. That's fine. We're going to demonstrate this real quick. We end up there. Somehow we fall from the sky outside the tower, but it works out. Check that out. That's a pretty good strength increase. And learn to excel, or expel. Sean levels to 7. Some good hit points. Some good luck. Learns surround. What we want him to learn is the antidote spell. Because as you can see, we're fighting a bunch of frogors and babbles that are likely to cause poison at some point. And we only have a couple of antidote herbs. There is Fireball. That is the weakest spell that hits a group of enemies, but it still hits a group of enemies. And so if we end up with any groups that are like, 8 slimes or whatever, we can take them all out in one turn. There's a Wing of Wyvern, which we already have a couple of those, but we just want to keep exploring the floor, you know? As you can see, we got a bit of a false start there. That staircase leads to the outside chunk of that level, not the inside chunk, which is where we need to get to talk to the old man. But we saw the other staircase, so we'll be there in just a second. Shouldn't take particularly long. With the faster walking speed, the dungeons definitely seem smaller. It doesn't seem like the, what do you call it? The encounter rate has been raised to compensate for that. And I feel like the layout of this dungeon is a little bit different too. Like, I remember there being more treasure chests earlier. Well, let's try it. In the NES version. Quite damaging. And the tricky moth still just does a regular attack. Crazy. I feel like they made this game way easier. Can't use that here. Oh, whatever. We've almost got this dungeon completed. Now, will I get the attack off first? No. Probably shouldn't have wasted the MP, but we're almost done. Medical herb. I guess I'll just describe it. In the NES version, if you choose to attack a certain enemy group, and that enemy group is completely annihilated before you get your attack, you lose your attack. In this one, there was a fight in the first episode where that situation came up, and I think he changed groups. So there's some value to this. Tomboy book. Nothing of interest. Finally, Koronik, you've come. My dreams have told me that I should hand this key over to you. Will you please accept it? Yes. Thief key. There exist books that are capable of changing your personality. If you find one, I would recommend reading it. Continue on your way. I'm going back to sleep. He also notices that his feet aren't animating. So, in the NES version, you have to actually pull and use the Thief's Key every single time, which is kind of ridiculous. But we can take the Thieves' Key and just throw it in the bag, and it will just get used automatically when we bump into doors, which is a pretty nice setup, honestly. And, because we have a fairly large number of Wings of Wyvern, we can actually just use one of those. Head to Aliahan. And probably there's a couple of places we can use it. Just give the town a quick look. I think that there was a place to use it in the castle or two. Maybe not in town. But that's okay too. We can also drop off the tiny metals. Nice. Here's one. I've served in Castle Aliahan for over 10 years now. I always dreamed of becoming a scholar, but I failed my entrance exam. It may have done better if I had read the smart book. Here's a door. Tiny metal. Very nice. You can break the seal on the Traveler with a magic ball. Supposedly, the old man who created the magic ball lives in Reeve. Okay, that helps. Do we need to get to Reeve again? I guess we should probably check the... We'll We'll check down over here. Oh, there's another door. No, a couple doors over here. How about you? The magic ball can break down walls. Are you here to see me? Sure. I have something to tell you anyways. There was a traveler's door in the far eastern region of Aliahan, but I hear it's been sealed off ever since the war. They say Ortega went through that traveler's door to the far east. I wonder what the world looks like beyond the traveler's door. I'm itching to find out. Well, whatever. And it's a fairly quick path to Reeve over here, actually, as well. Because we can go through here. And just pop down here. That puts us in this little mini dungeon, where the enemies are not an issue anymore. But I believe there was still a locked door in here, so let's take care of that. Betty could use some healing. I had been planning to rest in the town, but we didn't do it. We just had to go straight to Reeve instead. So if we head north from here, we already got the treasure chest to the west. But if I remember correctly, there was a door that required a key to the east. That was a quick one. Here we go. That's right, right here. At least the two treasure chests. A wooden helmet. And an agility seed. Now the wooden helmet we might be able to do something with. So Betty can't wear it. Coronik, Jimmy, and Sean can all wear it. The person who needs the defense the most, though, I guess, is actually Coronik. Especially since he's in the front lines. So we now have a wooden helmet for him. And there we go. I dare say they've streamlined this game quite a bit compared to the NES version, which at the same time feels good, but also feels like, man, they've really streamlined this game. And I kind of miss the roughness of the original NES one. Now, here's the locked door here, into this house where there's a couple of pots to check. Wisdom seed. Some bookshelves. A dresser. And this guy. Yes, wait, who are you? I'm positive I locked the door, so how did you get in here anyway? I'm a locksmith, and I'm a locksmith. Oh my, that's the thief key. You're Ortega's child, I see, so the legend continues. If that's the case, then I have something for you. And he gives us the magic ball. Take it to the lake cave, which is east of here. The ball will break the seal, blocking the portal. Sounds good to me. Now, what's our current gold situation? We have quite a bit, don't we? Well, that means that it's probably time for us to upgrade our equipment a little bit. I have a few ideas. One would be to get some leather hats. For, I guess just for, well, what we want probably actually is a bronze knife for Betty to start. That way she can start to do a little bit of damage. Little upgrade for her. Probably get a turtle shell for her too, that way she has a little bit better defense. Then we get hats, a hat for Sean. And, I mean, we could get one for Jimmy, but it's probably a waste of cash. We might be better off getting a copper sword for Sean. Or we could even save the cash and hold out for a chain sickle. That might be what we want to do. We can pick up a couple antidote herbs. Oh, you know what, actually? There's some of that. Should clean up our inventory a little bit. We should sell these two items, the Cypress Shtick and Traveler's Clothes. Anything to sell in the bag? Traveler's Clothes, yes. Okay. And we can take a quick break at the inn. Oh, not yet, not yet. Look at that locked door. Look at it. Look upon it in despair. Some say that a small lake lies to the east beyond the mountains. I heard that many heroes have started their journeys from there. Many heroes? Okay. And you know what? We got that 5th medal, so we should probably head back to Aliahan and Aliahan, whatever. Because we can get a whip there. Betty can now kill a slime with some reliability. Wizards get very little strength. Come on, get down the well. Yeah, I might have wasted 80 coins on the magic knife, but we'll see. Yay, 5. Garter belt at 10. Yup, look at that. It's a bit of a shame, but, you know, it's 80 gold coins. It's not that big of a deal compared to what we'll be wheeling and dealing in the later stages of the game. I think we're now ready to head to... head east. One nice addition is the background. You'll notice that it does less damage the more hits it does. It's kind of diminishing returns thing. But in the NES version, it was just a black void behind the enemies all the time. So it was a little bit ridiculous. We got some new enemies here, sting wasps. They have a very dangerous ability. There's a surround. They have the ability to numb you, which is extremely dangerous because a numbed character does not recover during the fight. It's what makes like single character runs of this game largely impossible, is because the numb can hit anybody. There's no defense against it. And if it hits you and you're alone in battle, game over. I mean, I guess it doesn't make it impossible, but it does make it very, very unlikely that you're going to actually pass through the game without getting numbed. And so you'll end up necessarily basically getting kicked back to town and losing half your gold. We have a little shrine here. One of the things I really like about this this game is there's a lot of like solitary hermits in tiny little shrines. Whips and boomerangs can strike multiple enemies at once. Whips damage a group, boomerangs damage everybody. Even if they are weaker than your sword, their multi-strike is really effective. Tiny metal. Do you possess the magic ball? I do. Take it to the Cave of Enticement, near the Eastern Spring. There's that little spring. This puts us here. Stairs leading down. The stairway is sealed off by a stone wall. The magic ball could destroy the wall, though. would have brought down the whole cave onto our heads. Something is written on the lid. For whoever finds this, I present you a map. Press R to view the map. Press it again to zoom in. World map. Oh, okay. Use more than once. Well, I should hope so. Alright, this is actually a semi-difficult dungeon. It's significantly more difficult than Najimi Tower, that's for sure. Or at least it was in the NES version. This was a place where the party could actually get wiped because you're so far away from civilization, basically, and there's no outside spell yet. If we drop down here, we end up down here. The pits are unhelpful in this dungeon, unlike the tower. I think that's actually the right way. New anteaters and new rabbits. The rabbits, I believe, cast a sleep spell. We'll want to focus on them. The ant bears do a lot of damage, which is easier to mitigate. Magicians are dangerous because spells aren't mitigated by your regular armor, so they can be extremely dangerous. Especially if they show up in big groups like that. Really? Yeah, here's the way further down into the dungeon, but we're not done yet. We haven't explored everything yet. So we have to hold off a bit. If we can pop up this way. Multiple blazes is quite a big deal as far as battles go. So this gets us back here. Going to the east was good for us before. This is what we missed. Antidote herb. We haven't been poisoned yet, which is a little surprising. Normally a Babble or a Frogor or something gets us by this point, but not yet. So that's interesting. It looks like it might not actually increase defense. It just increases speed. It's a shame, but it's not. It doesn't mean that we're gonna get first strike basically in the battle, pretty much. There, that is an example of Sean changing which group he's attacking because the group he was targeting got annihilated. We're checking the dead ends just for the fun of it. You know what they should have done is they should have made, like, collapsed tunnels there. It's like, oh, there were other traveler's doors, but they've been cut off, basically. That would have been kind of cool. It seems like the ant bears are selectively attacking our back ranks, which is a little irritating. Wow, 9 HP and 5 MP. But you can see we were better prepared for this dungeon than I thought we would be. Everything went pretty smoothly. Alright, here it is. And it's basically just a portal. The effect in the NES was actually pretty cool at the time. This puts us here. We can go back if we want. But it basically drops us off next to another castle. And it's night, so let's explore Romaly at night and then at day. The full moon herb works against numbness. Oddly enough, the castle appears to be open at night. We're from Aliahan. We've been expecting you. Door for better key. We'll have to remember about that. This is blocked off. Leave me alone. I'm not one of Kondar's henchmen. How many times must I tell you? Oh, sorry. I thought you were one of the castle guards. I don't know why they think I'm in league with Kandar. I absolutely can't stand that guy. He lives in Champagne Tower, where he recruits his followers. I wish someone would go there and kick his rear end. Man, the prisoners get the best view in the whole freaking castle. That's for a better key as well. My son loves having fun, but that hasn't changed since he became the king. We're in a lot of trouble. Parcheesi ticket. Cheater guide. There are very tough monsters to the east. If I were you, I'd head north first to get some experience. He's right. So this is one of the ways that old RPGs made you feel like it was an open world while still kind of gating you. You can certainly go east. It's just that you're going to get your butt kicked by the creatures. And get promptly kicked back to the nearest castle or church or something. Hard heart. I have no idea what that is. Smart book. Smart book might be good for the magic users. Get them some extra wisdom gains. The weapon and armor shops are closed. And item shops. And then we have... Well, I don't know that necessarily it's the first incidence of gambling in the Dragon Quest series, but it's the one that I saw first. Exciting monster arena. 70 gold pieces per bet. Yeah, let's try it. And the odds there are for the returns. So if I pick the horny hare, I won't gain anything. I'll just get my money back. We'll try the raven. And now the enemies fight each other. Oh. Already in trouble. Yep, done for. Oh, this again? Just too much of an outmatch there. Anyway. Oh wait, we can actually go in through the back door here. Oh, it's locked. Sure. Ixnay on the Aramos Bay. So now we can search the town in the daytime. Interesting. Interesting. It looks like the dog is giving us a clue. Kazave to the far north. These are frightening times. I sure hope our king can get us through them. I have some bad news. Iron apron is for the merchant or dealer in this game. And we have leather hats again, but we really don't need them. Because we have new weapons and armor to buy. The sacred knife. Chain sickle. Iron spear. We can afford an iron spear if we wanted one, but we probably should spend some cash on defensive equipment first. Sean is way behind on armor. We can fix that by getting him chainmail. And we can further up our defensive capabilities with a set of leather armor that we'll put on Jimmy. We can get rid of the traveler's clothes. Oh, we have leather armor there. That's perfect. We can hand me it down. $31 to $35. Leather armor is on. We can get rid of those traveler's clothes. We can just double check down here and make sure nothing is changed. Looks pretty similar. That's still just that. Numbness will heal on its own if you're patient, but a full moon herb heals it right away. It will not heal in battle, that's the problem. King's waiting for us. I was attacked on my way here from Kazave and dropped all of my goods. I'm safe, but my business is ruined. Monsters are increasing. Alright, let's go talk to the king. Far to the west of Kazave lies the massive Champagne Tower. Listen to our king's humble request. I hear Aliahan is a beautiful place, and that it's full of wonderful people. I've heard about what happened to Ortega. Experience points. Save progress. I have a favor to ask. Kandar stole our golden crown and escaped from the kingdom with it. Please help us get it back, and I'll recognize you as a true hero. Alright. Well, that seems like a pretty good place for us to call it for tonight. We just saved, so we're good to start here next time. We'll have to do next time is we'll have to make sure we can go over here and check this spot at night. Maybe we can do that real quick before we quit. Let's finish this. So probably I'm going to want to grind around the city a little bit. There's a few new enemies. Caterpillars have lots of hit points. Venom toads are much more poisonous than frogors. And of course we have our Almirages still. Ooh, the Venom toad fled. That's uncommon. They hit hard too. Increase its defense as well. They didn't do that much in the NES version, so that's a little bit new for me. A little bit different there. Let's see if we can get nighttime to pass. Same group. Oh, you know, one thing that is actually in the Game Boy version, but not in this version, I think, are enemy medals. Wow, they have a lot of hit points. We've got our first poison. Jimmy steals a medical herb. Now, poison shouldn't hurt us in town. It only hurts you outside of town. If we head here, we can get detoxification. For some reason, the church does it. And it's cheaper than an antidote herb. We're done. And Benediction is interesting because it's to uncurse an item, and cursed items are exceedingly rare in this game. Or at least they were in the NES version. And here you can see why sleep is so dangerous. Getting hit does not wake you up. That's something that came up in later games. Alright, one more thing to do. We're going to check where that dog was. For probably a tiny medal. Was it here? No, it was here. Oh, Parcheesi ticket. Well, that's handy. So I'll probably do a little bit of grinding off, off stream, not stream, but off screen basically, without recording it because, well, you don't need to see all the grinding. But what we'll want to do is we want to get a little bit of cash to get slight improvements on our abilities and on our weapons and armor before we head further north. But yeah, now we're going to finish up the episode. And we'll say no here until we meet again. Job well done. Turn off the power while holding the reset button, which is a thing that you were supposed to do with old cartridge games to avoid shocking the save files out of the game. But there it is. Alright, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This has been episode 2 of Dragon Quest III, the Super Famicom version. And I'll see you next time.